of the Empire State Building.
Z100, New York's #1 hit music station. I'm Josh Martinez. Special guest in studio, Justus Bennetts, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, sir.
How's it going?
Not too bad, man. So how has your life changed since, I don't know, Labor Day weekend?
It's been a crazy ride. We posted a video, a little TikTok snippet of my song "Bad Day," and it was steadily growing, and it just kept going and kept going and kept going. We hit 20 million, and it was originally we posted the snippet, and I wasn't supposed to post the song. It wasn't like I wasn't supposed to post a video. My man Bender, he was just like, no, why do you post a snippet? Like we're still working on stuff. We had like another song on the radio, and it was just like it was really hectic. So. But he's like, if this video does 20 million, we can't even post a song. And it did 20 million, and then he rushed the song release, and we posted it, and everything went smooth.
How soon before the TikTok post was the song supposed to come out? Like, what was the time difference originally?
Originally, we wanted to like post a video and like have the song posted like before the video started like going super viral. But like it just didn't end up working. It never works out that way. It never works out the way you want it to.
No, and trust me, in this industry, it's very much a lot of go on the fly, move on the fly, and get ready to kind of get to the line of scrimmage and just call an audible. You know what I'm saying?
I've been in it for 8 months, and I could totally tell that's how it's going to be.
Especially if you're working with Marnie over at the record label, who we love so dearly. So before that, let's go back a little bit. You mentioned that you had another song out on the radio, and we're kind of doing the thing. How did you end up getting into music and kind of letting this be your professional route, if you will?
It was about 7 years. I was just constantly on and off writing music and stuff like that. So it got to a point where I was like, what do I want to do? What do I want to do in my life? What do I want to like work towards? And music was always something I really enjoyed doing, no matter what, like I said. And I started a studio out of my house.
Oh, okay.
And I was able to get my music sounding how I wanted it to sound. I got in touch with some engineers, like super good friends of mine. And that's when I started releasing music. And that was like this past December. So I started releasing music this past December, and then I was posting on TikTok, just grinding and doing my thing. I was working like 12 hours a day selling cars and just coming home, making music, going to bed, doing the same thing every day and posting on TikTok and stuff. And eventually he DM'd me, my manager DM'd me, and we started making music, and things just kept growing.
Who were your inspirations in music? Obviously, you don't just wake up one day and say, I want to do music. Someone kind of inspired you, or multiple people. Who were those artists for you?
I had a really musical family growing up. My mom sang, my aunt sang, my uncles, they were like in a band and shit. So like seeing them do all that, it didn't really click to me that they were the ones inspiring me to do my music until like later on. When I was younger, I listened to a lot of my dad's music, like Linkin Park, Pearl Jam, like old rock music and stuff like that.
That just hurt. The fact that you just said Linkin Park and old rock music, like that's like Hybrid Theory changed my life. Like that's I genuinely believe that song, that whole album changed my life, because I went from like hip hop only to all of a sudden I'm hearing these hip hop beats and Mike Shinoda rapping, and then Chester's voice is coming in, and I was in the 8th grade. So the fact that you just said old, Jesus Christ, man. But nah, so a lot of rock influence.
Yeah.
Where did because you mentioned before that you would like rap in your closet and such. Did you have any rap influences?
Yeah. I wasn't really into like the hip hop music and rapping side of things when I was super younger. But once I moved to Raleigh, I got more into the hip hop side of things. Like I was listening to Chance the Rapper, J. Cole, Logic, like really, and Eminem too and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, the hip hop influence mixed in with the rock influence, it kind of just like brought me to where I was right now.
Where did the concept, I mean, I could kind of gather where the concept came from for the song that kind of changed your life, but what was that writing process like? Because the song the lyrics are very simple, yet it still touches you and it hits you hard, and everybody could smirk and laugh about it.
Yeah.
Was that song originally supposed to be like, let's just have fun, or was it supposed to be like this, I really don't like you and I'm going to start writing?
No, it was more of just like having fun. Like I work with some amazing people, amazing songwriters and stuff, so we all just, come together and we bring all of our ideas to the table. Like the idea came about from a altercation that my friend Remy had in the elevator coming up to the studio that day. So it was just like, he just like didn't like this person in the elevator, and then he came up with the idea and we just kind of rolled with it. And the cool thing about the song and why it resonates with so many people is you can really it can be about anybody you really want it to be, and that's why we wanted it.
Because I know, like, the first time I saw the TikTok, it was on my FYP page, and it was like, I immediately thought of an ex, right? Yeah. But now bringing it up as like, that's just someone who, cut you off in the street, or tried closing the door on the elevator, you know what I'm saying, or some gimmick like that. Like that to me is actually really smart, and I didn't realize. I immediately thought like, ex-girlfriend, I hate her.
what a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people.
You know what I'm saying? So obviously, like we've discussed before, like it's literally been a month since that TikTok has blown up.
Mm-hmm.
How has your life changed over the last the 3 to 4 weeks, even?
Well, when I dropped the video of the song, I had like 7,000 Instagram followers, and since then I'm at like 23,000 now. So just the amount of exposure I got from that one video alone, just like boosted not only the song that we dropped, but like all the other songs as well. So it was a trickle down effect. Like all my social medias grew, all my platforms grew, and it just helped, build my platform more.
When did you realize, oh shit, there's something here? Like we got something. Was it a specific view count number or maybe someone commenting on it?
We knew we had something before we posted the video. When we made the song, we heard the song, we're like, this is gonna go crazy on TikTok. We just knew it. It was just about the timing thing, and we thought we timed it right. I thought I timed it right, but I didn't.
So have you gotten anybody slide into your DMs or even just a simple comment or a double tap on your Instagram that made you go like, oh snap, like this is for real? Okay.
There were a few people that hit me out. Nobody that I was like a big super fans of. BB Rexa.
Oh.
She hit me up, asked if I had like a publishing deal or something like that. And then like some other people like Baby No Money.
Yeah.
He hit me up, and it was funny because I used to rap over Baby No Money type beats. So it was super cool. He hit me up, but yeah, nobody really super that I knew.
Not yet, at least.
Yeah, not yet.
I was going to say, there's something about that blue check mark on Instagram or Twitter that when you see something on social media, you take a step back. I'm still to this day, I'm like, oh, blue check mark, okay. I like that. I like that. So what are your plans for the rest of the year? Obviously, the song's blowing up, and it's not even being kind of put out there to the extent that it's gonna go, right? There's levels to this ish, and we're gonna keep it moving, and the record label's gonna take care of that, and social media's gonna take care of that, and shows are gonna take care of that, and viral videos are gonna take care of that, and all that stuff. So what are your plans for the rest of the year?
Keep making music, keep promoting the song, doing what we can, seeing like just taking it day by day. I don't like to overthink things too much because I feel like I get in my head too much. So it's just like just going with the flow, making more music. We're planning on dropping an EP later in the year, so just doing whatever feels right.
Are you excited to start performing at some point soon? I know COVID's been an issue, and obviously still putting together your kind of track list, set list, musical approach towards things.
Yeah.
What is your feeling, just the idea of being on a stage and having hundreds and then thousands and then tens of thousands of people singing your song back to you? Like you have a big-ass cheese smile on your face right now, and so do I. And I'm not even an artist, and I know what that might feel like. So have you thought about that yet? Or?
Yeah. We actually have a show planned October 30th. It's a local in North Carolina, just a local show. There's like a local little festival going on there that I'm gonna be headlining, and it should be fun, just to get my feet in the water, just like a small little show. Just it'll be cool just to connect with all the fans and like see everybody in person and just like get that one-on-one connection, because you can't really do that over TikTok or over anything like
you can't do anything. I mean, that's one thing that I think we learned during COVID is just the idea of, hey, we like physical interactions and physical connections, even if it's something as simple like if you're working in an office, you kind of just get out the office and go around the corner to seeing the same guy at the deli that you're going to talk sports with or lotto numbers with or something, right? And then now all of a sudden that gets taken away. How did COVID affect you over the last, really the first, I would say 6 to 8 months? How was it affecting you?
I would say COVID was definitely like a kick in the ass for me, but like it definitely boosted me to the point where I was like, I figured out, helped me figure out what I actually wanted to do, because I was working, because while COVID was happening, like I was working hard, like I was pressure washing to do a bunch of side jobs, and then I got a job selling cars. So I was selling cars, doing the whole 9 to 9 daily thing, and it was exhausting. And so like it made me realize that I shouldn't be just sitting in an office like doing the same thing every day. I should actually be building something that's gonna, create, like it's gonna keep growing and not just keep me in one place. So it kind of just, it helped me grow as an artist and helped put me in the position that I am now.
So every night of my show, I like to do something called a confession session. Is when I ask random questions, and you just got to be honest, right? So I'm just going to ask you random questions, right? And you got to be honest. Number one, because you mentioned selling cars, what is the number one thing someone should look for when purchasing a new car?
It's really,
because some tips, some tricks. You may not want to let it go, but I got you.
Yeah, no. When you're looking for a new car, just like you gotta look around, because at the end of the day, like look online, because like dealerships, they're all just trying to scam you. Like they all have like all these hidden fees, like all this shit that you don't like necessarily think about, and the price can always come down. Like the price can always come down, and they can always get it from somewhere else. But I mean, there really is no way around it. Like everyone's trying to scam you. So it's just like, it was like, you go with whatever feels best.
And it's interesting because like I have family in like the used car industry, and like like,
something's broken on the car. Like it was.
I mean,
it was a bunch of scummy people that I was
whether or not it was a front to sell other things, that's another story for another day. That's how we get down in Brooklyn. What is something that improved your quality of life so much you wish you did it sooner? Like for me, and I'll give you an example while you think about it. For me, it was therapy. Like going to therapy was one of the greatest things I've ever done in my life. I've been going to therapy for about a little less than 3 years now. And that's something that I kind of wish I did in my 20s rather than waiting till I was 30 or whatever. Yeah. Is there anything that you're like, damn, I wish I would have started that earlier? Like I had an artist that said yoga. Because they just realized, like, yo, my body just feels better doing 20 minutes worth of just stretching because we get out of bed and start our day.
When it comes to something that you could like do every day, I would say just taking a minute. Taking time to yourself. I feel like that's the most important time that you have of all. Like just sitting by yourself, like meditating, like mindful meditation. When it comes to just like life things, I think just caring about what other people think is something that a lot of people do and they don't realize that they do. And it just like, it holds so many people back that they just care about all these other like people that don't really have anything to do with them or they don't like them at all. So it's just like, it holds them back.
What is the dumbest thing you believed as a child?
I couldn't even.
Well, I'll give you mine and kind of jog your memory a little bit. My mom used to tell us that she had a hidden camera in the living room to watch us. Yeah. But like we grew up on welfare, so like we could barely afford food. Why would mommy have this entire surveillance situation? Yeah. But like I believed it at the time. Yeah. We've had callers say that they thought that having the inside lights in the car was illegal.
Yeah.
And it's not.
Yeah, that's something I always thought as a child. My dad would always yell at me when I had the car light on. He's like, "That's illegal."
Yeah. Another one we got, which one of my favorite ones, the hazard lights would make the car fly. And her parents always told her, "Don't ever touch it."
My parents always told me it was an eject button. You click it and you shoot up out of the roof and you go.
There you go. And you probably believed it for
Yeah, no, I did. I totally did.
Another one we have here. Something from your childhood that you can't give up. For me, it's like professional wrestling, for example. I love pro wrestling, always have, always will. Other people have like blankets or stuffed animals that they still sleep with. Is there something from your childhood that you're like, love it, never going to give it up?
Definitely the music. It's the music. Something from my childhood. I grew up listening to music. I grew up around music. I grew up around musical people. It's just like the music's never going to leave.
What is one album that you can put on right now, front to back to front? Doesn't matter what order it's in. You're going to just bop to it all day.
2014 Forest Hills Drive.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, are you a little, and I don't want to say biased, but are you a little biased because he has that North Carolina connection? Did you find yourself like liking J. Cole more?
No, I wasn't. I didn't like, because around the time that I started listening to like the hip hop scene, like J. Cole dropped for 2014 Forest Hills Drive. It was around the time that, I was around 14. So, I mean, that and Acid Rap by Chance the Rapper, like both of those albums, just insane. Like I could bop to them all day long.
Oh, good to know. Yeah. So you have it your way. You could do whatever you want in your career over the next 2 years. What is something that is on your bucket list right now?
The bucket list right now is to headline a festival. Just like perform in front of like tens of thousands of people, just hear them singing my songs. Like that's the only thing I'm really looking for right now. It's just building the giant fan base of people that just support my music and seeing it.
And just as a side note, the money that's attached to headlining a festival, very good.
Yeah.
Very good choice, my friend.
Yeah, the money as well. That's something I look forward to.
How can fans interact with you? TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Flickr, Tumblr, MySpace, Black Planet, all that. How can people just stay in touch with you?
Yeah, you can, DM me on Instagram, hit me up on Twitter, like tweet at me. I'm always looking through my social media on TikTok and stuff like that. It's just Justus Bennetts on pretty much everything. So.
And your name is spelled in a pretty unique way. Yeah. So how is it spelled?
It's just us. So Justus, and then Bennetts, not Bennett. Bennett's like plural, but not plural.
I was going to say more than one Bennett.
Yeah.
There we go. And just us, more than one Bennett. That's the easiest way to remember it. One more time, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
From the top of the Empire State Building.